Hi guys, welcome back to a page and chapter, or welcome if you are new here. I am just popping in to start off this new reading vlog. So this week I need to finish Glow by Raven Kennedy. This is book 4 in the Plated Prisoner series. I am 500 pages in. I am so close to finishing this book now, just this chunk. Really hoping to get it done either today or tomorrow because frankly I just want to be done with this book. I'm really not enjoying it. I think it's the worst one of the series so far, and I will give you more in-depth thoughts when I can. And I'm not, like, I literally just came in here to start this vlog. It's why I went run to the bookcase today. Just a quick little introduction. So yeah, the plan is to finish Glow, get as caught up as possible with the Plated Prisoner series, and then go into my autumnal reads. It is still very summery weather here in the UK, but I just can't afford to waste any more time waiting for the weather to cool down, and it is supposed to get slightly cooler this week, so yes. I'm not entirely sure what autumnal read we're going to start with, but for now the aim is to just finish Glow. If you guys like reading vlogs and you would like to see more of my face on your internet browser, that didn't work, but we're gonna go with it, then do please feel free to hit that big red subscribe button down below. Stay tuned for future content. I upload every single Wednesday and every single Sunday. Yeah, I have kind of a busy, it's not a busy day. Today's actually my rest day, my relaxing day, but I'm spending my relaxing day doing some editing and like really focusing on finishing this book, and then we'll play some Disney Dreamlight Valley later because I am absolutely obsessed with Disney Dreamlight Valley at the moment, and that's basically how the whole week's gonna go. It's just editing, reading, playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, because this is what my life is now, in between master's degree and being employed. It's a fun time. It's a good, fun, relaxing time. So it is the next morning, and I did dedicate a big chunk of yesterday to finishing Glow by Raven Kennedy. This is the worst book in the series. It is also, I did not realise how long this book is. It's a 720 page book, and I just don't think a book needs to be that big, especially when it is book 4 in a series. Like, you can only imagine how big the next one's gonna be, and I just don't think this book really drove the story forward massively. Like, there was something at the end that set up the next book, and I personally really don't like the direction that it's taking. Like, I'll read the next book just because it seems silly to not continue when I've made it this far, but I am not a fan of the direction it's taking, so I personally didn't really love the ending. Other than the ending, which set up the next book and was like big final scene type of situation, the rest of the book is just our main character feeling really guilty about the events of the last book and learning to come to terms with her power. 4 books in, might I add. 4 books in. And I just found it very boring. There's also, like, you could cut 100 pages from this book easily with super repetitive sex scenes. I don't know, I really didn't like this book. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. It's really slowed me down from my challenge, which is annoying, but also it like hasn't made me excited about the next one. Like, if we just hadn't had this book, where it had been a good couple 100 pages shorter, like even just a 500 page book, it could have still had everything in it that it needed to in this book, and I would have probably felt much better about going into the next one. But now I just kind of feel like I've slogged my way through 700 pages for no real gratification. And now I'm gonna have to do it all over again with another book, which is probably gonna be even bigger. But I did start reading Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. I'm 38 pages in, not very far. I'm enjoying the writing style, like, so far. I mean, I've enjoyed Kerry Maniscalco's works before. I really enjoy that the start of every chapter has like an image, and it's either a historical image or it's like a, hang on, where's one that I particularly enjoyed? It's like a medical kind of old image from like an old medical textbook or something like that. So this follows our main character, Audrey, and she, I believe, is a fairly wealthy like teenager in Victorian society, and her uncle is like a pathologist and works on a lot of crimes, and she desperately wants to study medicine and pathology, but obviously as a young woman she has to do it like secretly under the tutorage of her uncle and dressing up as a boy to go attend some of his classes. But she's doing this around a very, very paranoid father who is very scared that she's going to get ill. And at the point that I'm at, Audrey, her uncle, and another one of his pupils, Thomas, have just started working on the first victim of Jack the Ripper, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. It does have a slightly darker tone. It is really fitting the vibe that I'm going for. It's very humid today, but it is cloudy and grey at least, so I'm kind of getting the weather vibes that I'm after, and I'm just really intrigued to see where this goes. Like, I'm really, like, I just can't quite work out like how this is all gonna play out yet, so I'm interested in this book and I'm looking forward to reading another big chunk of it today. I do have to go into London for therapy today, so today is going to be a go, head towards the train station, work in a coffee shop, work on my writing, work on some editing, do some admin things I need to do, one of those types of days. Tuesday used to be my big dissertation day in the week, so that I could work in a coffee shop, head on off to therapy in the afternoon. And now that I don't have that, I'm kind of just filling it with writing instead. So it should be hopefully quite a fun, relaxing, creative day. I'm looking forward to it. It's that time. I decorated. I got the autumn leaves up. I got myself a pumpkin and a new candle. It's not exactly like the autumnal girlies of TikTok and Instagram, but it is cozy and I am enjoying it. Some pumpkin bedding. I got bedding with little pumpkins on it, and a new pillow and a new mug, which I'm very excited about. So it is nice and decorated. Finally, the weather is still not doing what I want the weather to do. It still does not feel like autumn at all. It's very annoying, but I now have my autumnal space to read my autumnal books in. I am about 230 pages into Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. I'm really hoping to get this finished in the next hour, hour and a half, and then move on to A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. I'm enjoying this book so far. It is a YA. It's like a YA kind of cozy mystery. I thought it would be more romancy, but I'm not disappointed to find that it's not, because I was really confused about how the romance would be handled if it was a romance between a main character and Jack the Ripper. But it's not. It's very much a main character. Audrey Rose is very interested in forensic science, and she is kind of investigating the murders of Jack the Ripper and trying to get to the bottom of who Jack the Ripper is, and I'm finding it quite engaging. I will say it's a young adult, like it's not aimed at me, so I'm not finding it to be the most like gripping or compelling or thrillery kind of tale, but I shouldn't expect it to. Like, I'm not the intended age range for this book. But I will say that it's enjoyable, and I would very much be intrigued to keep going with this series. Like, I'm particularly interested in the Dracula one, but I'm excited to finish this today. It's taken me longer than I would want it to. Today is Thursday, so it really has taken me quite a while to read this book and fully get into it. I think I figured out who the murderer is. Like, if we end up finding out who the murderer is, then I think I know who it is. Again, don't think I can be too critical of the fact that I've potentially worked it out when it's a young adult, but the experience isn't so bad. I would probably give this a 2.5 to 3 stars. Like, it's just a very middle of the road experience. I don't feel blown away. I don't feel particularly inclined to rave about this book. If someone who is interested in YA or was out of the age range for the young adult genre and wanted a recommendation, I would recommend this though. Like, I think it's a good book. It's just, I don't feel any particular emotional way about it, but I'm looking forward to finishing it in the next hour or so and then moving on to some autumnal romance, because I'm feeling romancy right now. I finished Stalking Jack the Ripper. Marvin. I finished Stalking Jack the Ripper. I pleasantly surprised when the killer was revealed. I thought that it was so obvious that he was the killer, but I did in fact miss that. It wasn't who I thought it would be, and I was pleasantly surprised by it, so I will give it 3 stars because it did take me by surprise. But I was looking at the back where it offers the, you know, read next in this series and then the description. Where's it gone? Hunting Prince Dracula. I thought this was a series of standalones following different characters, and I'm now slightly unsure if I want to read the next one knowing that it follows Audrey and Thomas again. I mean, I think I would, because I'm guessing it's just a series of mysteries of working out who is Dracula, maybe? I don't know. Colour me intrigued, but I just was expecting a series of standalones, so I'm unsure. But I was pleasantly surprised by the ending of this. I did really enjoy it. I will probably give it 3 stars because the ending took me by surprise. But now it is time to start A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley, and I'm really hoping that I can get this. If I could read this whole thing today, or today and tomorrow, and that would be incredible. I don't know, I'm in the mood for something a bit lighter. This is just a really fun fake dating forced proximity trope between a witch who accidentally summons a demon and then she can't get rid of him because he can't leave until she makes a deal with him, so they're just kind of stuck living together and I guess fake dating during the process until they figure out what on earth they're doing. It just seems really light-hearted but still spooky seasony and autumnal, and I'm really excited about this one, so I'm hoping I can read it quite quickly. We have doggy number 1 over there, doggy number 2 over there, and now I'm gonna go start my new book. But yeah, pleasantly surprised by the ending of this. It wasn't a 5-star read by any means. It definitely felt like it was a book aimed at a young adult audience, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I expected to enjoy it, but towards the end I did really start to get into it, so do with that review what you will. I am 62 pages into this book and I'm calling it now. This is gonna be a 5-star read for me. I can just sense it. I'm loving the dynamic already. I'm loving the fake dating, and it's so fun. So basically the fake dating came about because our main character's very overbearing mother turns up and she has no way of explaining that she's completely messed up as well and accidentally summoned a demon. So she just says, "This is my boyfriend," and then they get roped into fake dating because he always has to be around her. He can't leave until she makes a deal with him for her soul, and he has his reasons for trying to get her soul, but he also has reasons for being nice to her, and I don't know, all very clever, and I'm just really enjoying this. I actually don't want to rush to finish it in a day anymore because I just think this could be like a new favorite. It's so cozy and the vibes are just really good, and I think you would love this book. Just whoever you are, I don't even know what you like to read, no matter what you like to read, I think you would love this book. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've spent pretty much all day like packing and getting ready. I'm going on a week-long trip to Cornwall tomorrow, which is very exciting, but I'm pretty close to finishing with this book. I've had the happy fun time scene. I'd say I'm around the 80% mark because I think we're about to have the 3rd act conflict, and I'm hoping to finish it. Like, I'm just gonna sit here, read it, hoping to finish it, and then share with you my thoughts and wrap up this video as soon as I've done that. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I will see you in maybe an hour or so when I finish this. I finished it. This is probably 4.5 stars. I did find that it dragged on a little bit at the point when I said, oh, I think the 3rd act conflict's gonna happen now. No, we just kind of kept going with smutty scenes. Honestly, it wasn't overdone. I didn't feel like there was too many. It just made that part of the book feel like it went on for a little bit long, but also I do kind of feel like I had to rush to finish this book, so that could have been why. But I finished it and I will be giving it 4.5 stars because I loved it. It was adorable and cute, and I loved how it ended, and I thought it was very clever how our author managed to get out of some of the holes that she had dug for herself. Obviously the reason that these two are forced to fake date and be around each other is because they've made a deal for her soul that is unbreakable, and I thought it was really clever how the author managed to kind of get them out of this conundrum that they were in, and I thought it was a really good book. But also I'm glad that I finished it. I can go on holiday with like nothing that I'm in the middle of reading, and I can just spend my Saturday night like chilling and gaming because I'm not like in the middle of any books right now. But thank you very much for watching this video. I had a really good time with the books that I read this week. I honestly had so much fun filming this. If you guys enjoyed this reading vlog and you would like to see more from me, then do please feel free to hit that big red subscribe button down below and stay tuned for future content. Also do feel free to check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Page and Chapter so you can see what I'm reading and how I'm reviewing it in real time and you don't have to wait weeks at a time for these videos. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, you're enjoying everything you are reading and there are no reading slumps in your future, and I will see you for my next video. Bye guys.